For warm-up stage, I will begin with a simple song to review whole numbers from 1 to 10 because children will be using them on informal adding and subtracting. For previous knowledge stage, I will use the previous experiences life of the children because they already have the sense of more, as when they ask for more milk, and they have the sense of less or missing, as when they lost a toy. This fact recalls for adding and subtracting. At the presentation stage, in order to introduce the idea of adding, I would use basic expressions that include the formula if I have the number, items, and then I would say, and I add the quantity or number, and I add more, how many items do I have? That's it, the basic expression that I would use. The previous expression would be used with blocks. If I have 5 blocks and I add 2 more, how many blocks do I have? Another example. Bill had 3 carrots and his mother gave him 1 more. How many carrots does Bill have altogether now? Also, a PowerPoint presentation will be used with different elements on it. If I have 3 fishes and I add 2 more, how many fishes do I have? Okay, that is a drilling, just for adding examples. Let's see another one. If there are 4 frogs, then come 5 more frogs. How many frogs there are now? For subtraction, the approach or technique is the same. I would use this expression or these basic expressions. If I mention a number, then an item, and I add. And I take away the number, the item. How many items do I have is the last question. Let's see how I would apply this. The previous expression will be used with blocks. If I have 6 blocks and I take away 2 blocks, how many blocks do I have? Here another example. Bill had 9 carrots and his mother takes away from him 4 carrots. How many carrots does Bill have now? Also, a PowerPoint presentation will be used with different elements on it. This is another example for subtraction. There are 10 little cats, but 4 cats go away. How many cats there are now? Here another example. There are 6 dogs, but 2 of them go away. How many dogs there are now? Now it's time for practice. So in groups of 3 or 4 children, they will practice adding and subtracting in informal math. Teacher will be aware to help them if some of the children are confused or do not understand the activity. Children will need feedback. So while they are playing informal adding and subtracting, teacher will help those who have difficulties with the activity and encourage other children explain how they add and subtract. For production stage, children will demonstrate each other how they can add or take away items and know how many items there are now. For assessments, teacher will evaluate each child with informal addition and subtraction using sheets like you can see on this screen. Of course, informal adding and subtracting is just the first step for more advanced mathematical knowledge. So, as early introduction to formal vocabulary, children will listen and learn a sound with the corresponding vocabulary.